I don't know if you had one or two practices since Tuesday. How did they go?
Well, we have not. We had a mandatory NCAA day off yesterday, so we will just see him for the first time this afternoon. So we have not practiced since then.
What are you hoping to see?
Well, I better see some determination. I'm very disappointed. Very disappointed in our performance. They were too. We have to own that. We did it, and it happened, and we better own it, and we better learn from it and grow. But we better be determined in that growth.
One other thing, anything change in your mind as far as your approach or style as a result of Tuesday's game?
Well, when we get healthy, I mean, we had five guys out. When we get healthy, I think we'll have a different approach. But until we get somebody back, we're going to be a little bit limited in that way. But we need to play far better, and they understand that, and we'll start to work on that here the next 30 minutes.
Question from Trace Travers with Cal Rivals.
Yeah, Coach, was you mentioned the five guys out. Was Jalen Celestine a late scratch for you guys on the other day, Tuesday?
I don't know if I would say late. He hasn't been able to practice the couple days right after the exhibition. So I wouldn't say late. We knew he was not going to play, and so obviously we missed him.
And you, on another topic, you guys signed a couple kids yesterday, Andy and Grant. Can you tell us a little bit about each of them?
Well, Andy has got great length and athleticism, and will really be a presence physically, and super excited about Andy. And he's a very talented young guy. He's very bright. Got I think a tremendously bright future. So. I think he's going to be a terrific addition for us. Grant Newell has really, I thought, had a nice summer and is doing a post-grad year at IMG. And Grant is very long-armed and athletic and versatile. So I think those two guys we're extremely pleased with.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Question from David Bush.
Yeah, Coach. First, do you have an update on any of the five, and are any of them likely to make the trip?
No, I really don't have an update. But we're hopeful to get maybe one of them back, but we don't have them back yet. I think it's most realistic that it'll be a few more days. We don't have. We haven't made a lot of progress there. We're hopeful to get maybe one of them back, and we likely, even if they're injured, we may take one or two of them just to keep the chemistry of the group the same.
Can you tell us which one is the likely to come back?
No, I won't tell you that because I don't know for sure. Obviously, and it's not COVID related. We had COVID go through our team a month ago. It's not COVID related, so I'll just tell you that much.
Okay, and what do you know about Vegas? Not the town, the team.
Well, obviously new coach, a lot of new players, a lot of transfers. Known Kevin a long time, and known his father for nearly 40 years. Great basketball family, a very tradition-rich, basketball program that is starting a rebuild with a bunch of transfers, and that they're athletic, they can score, they really guard you. And so, I think for a coach in his first year with the transfer portal being available, they've taken full advantage of that, and I think they've assembled a pretty talented team.
And Grant did a good job of rebounding or got a lot of rebounds anyway in the exhibition. And did they do something the other night to keep him off the boards? Did they kind of get physical with him, or any reason that his rebounding declined?
Well, I think he would be the first one to tell you that he played very poorly on both ends. I think that he got too reliant upon just being a jump shooter. And when it didn't go in, it impacted the rest of his night. And so he's been a good player. He had and I told him bad nights happen. He had certainly a tough opener, but we all did. And he has to own that. We have to own it, and we will. And we'll fight forward and continue to try and get back where we need to be. But they didn't do anything special. I think he got a little frustrated when the ball didn't go in, and he's got to be able to respond to that a little bit better.
Thanks.
Another question from Jake Curtis.
Yeah, what is the one thing you'd like to see out of your team against Vegas?
Well, we better start playing some defense. I mean, we have to sustain some defense. I mean, this is that's something that we have to get committed to doing. You can say what you want about everything else. It's hard to get a fast break when you're taking it out of the net, and we have to start defending. And I think that obviously with a little bit of a depth issue right now, we got to be really smart with how we defend. But we have to start defending. If we're going to start making progress, it's gonna be at that end. And so that's what I want to see.
Further question?
Yeah, any of those injuries long term?
I don't think any of them are going to require surgery, but I'd be dishonest if I didn't say that the option for a couple of those may be in play. So we're going to kind of do the non-surgical route first and see if we can avoid that. So I hope that they're not long-term, but certainly, obviously, there's a couple that are significant.
And one other thing, Shepard gave you a great offensive game. Is that typical of what you're going to?
Well, I thought he played really well out of the gate. I think I think he was by far the best player on our team, and he needs some help. I mean, he needs some stability from some other guys who've played big minutes, and we can't have, Andre and Grant and Joel. Those guys need to play more stable and more consistently because Shep had a good first outing, and I'm sure he'll see more of a focus from the defense when we get to Vegas. As a matter of fact, he might have even played for Kevin when he was at Oklahoma, and so I'm sure they have a good understanding of his abilities, and I'm sure he'll see the focus of their defense because of his performance the other night. But you know what? He's a really smart player, and he makes people better around him, and it was good to see.
Any last question for Coach Fox? All right, Coach, thank you for your time.
Thank you, guys. Stay safe.